It's the first time that I've filmed anything on a Monday in a while. But I figured I might as well do that before I wash up and get ready to go down for the night. But I did document a quick story in the description of the last video that I've just uploaded today, even though I finished that episode on Saturday, bleeding into Sunday morning. Trying to plan things out with that particular partner because I was already kind of owing him to begin with. And because of some miscommunications, I've owed him more. And he goes, "Oh, I know I'll see you eventually." Of course, yes. Yes, of course. But it's so much easier to facilitate that when it's planned ahead. Especially since both of us are carless right now. We're both working to address it, which would allow some spontaneity, but still it's better to plan ahead as we live a ways from each other. This other particular partner, a different man from the man we've been calling DJ. It is the hotel worker who I believe I referred to as Marvin for privacy's sake. I'll just go ahead and say M for short. All this while planning. I shouldn't have to be planning my mother's memorial at this age. Let's just say that. I really shouldn't have to be doing that. But here we are. Just abrupt. Two days prior, hey, you better have a list ready and all that jazz. And then 2 days later, bang, her boyfriend finds her unresponsive, basically dead on the floor. Nobody asked for that. How could anyone have foreseen that? Sure, a phone call or two could potentially have unwittingly saved her life, but how could we have foreseen, on the flip side, how could we have foreseen, as eerie as that is? And it truly is eerie, if you think about it. This may not be the most flattering angle, but it is what it is right now. I just threw on some quick shadow and mascara. You know, those about face mousse eyeshadows with a doe foot. And just ran some clear gel through my brows because I didn't feel like filling them in. Yeah. Sure, I did receive certain perks from it, but would have preferred those perks come through other means instead of death and tragedy. Say, a winning ticket or two, a successful side hustle or two, perhaps. That would be more preferable than tragedy. Far more preferable. But, of course, we can still explore those infinite possibilities at a later time. But for right now, I'm gonna have to get cleaned up, and maybe I'll be back with you guys after I get Buddy in from his hunting escapades. He hunted a rabbit last night. I'm currently not at the job site. For a change. It's usually where I get a lot of my recording done. is outside the job site. And there's a pretty dog out in the distance. Beautiful dog. I don't know if you saw that. Him, her. But I love both cats and dogs. And here's Buddy. Chilling out right by the awning. What a big baby he is. Where was I even last? I don't even remember. I'll have to check the last clip. But I'm trying to back up the last episode to make sure that I preserve as much of my media as I can. I mean, you got to at this stage. Preserve and back up as much as you can. It may not be the magnum opus of our ages, but it is a piece of history that we all contribute to, whether or not we revise it later. You know the drill. An airplane just flew overhead. It didn't appear to be spraying any of that nasty chemtrail shit. Thank God my friend's gift finally arrived in time for her birthday, because I wasn't sure what to make of that, because I didn't receive much updates, but thank God it arrived in time. I got that wrapped up and ready to go for Saturday, because her birthday's this weekend. Now all that's left is to get her a card and maybe one other small thing, because she probably wouldn't want me to go too crazy on her. I mean, my birthday's coming up in like a couple months, so I gotta start planning ahead for that. And all figuring out how to continue certain family traditions for birthdays and holidays and other special occasions in a tasteful manner, meaning in a way that is genuine rather than anybody feeling obligated into anything. Since the rest of my blood family is out in the East Coast, and I probably should give my cousin a call, since there's been more than enough time, which of course you have to be very careful of. No, nobody, I didn't fight my cousin on anything. Thankfully, at least as far as I know. Which of course would be using logic. And a good friend of mine, I'm hoping she is okay too, because usually she checks in every week, and we didn't have any arguments or fights or anything as of late. But there have been some, without getting into too much details, medical concerns that she's had to deal with. So I'll have to check in on her again. Just want to make sure she's okay. I hope she's okay. I mean, she's too young for anything unthinkable to occur. Even though anything can happen. And God forbid it's what I'm fearing it could be, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I hope she's okay. I guess that'll be all for now. Unless I have more time after work. I don't know if I managed to sit down and record yesterday, but here we are before the start of both shifts. So, oh man. Cleaned off all the dead skin, but good heavens above me. I have to clean off the old polish. I've been meaning to do that, but never getting around to it. Ugh. Personal care, I tell ya. So, my great friend and I rehearsed last night, and we're definitely getting someplace with it. We also talked some more about creating our own individual worlds and all that good jazz. And exploring the concept of creation already having been finished, but that we are now lining ourselves to various portions of it, which does not by any means excuse certain things, like abuse. In fact, we also discussed how abuse implants really horrible negative concepts into victims and survivors of it. Just saw a coworker going by, but it all makes sense what abuse will implant into you and then cause you to call in according to what they implanted in you. Not that it ever makes it your fault. No, it doesn't. The call to hold abusers accountable. There hasn't been enough of that in the topic of spirituality and the act of, well, enacting certain laws to bring to manifestation the life we desire. And now there's more of a call for holding toxic people and abusers accountable for the concepts they install in their targets, whether they know they're doing that or not. Which I suppose is a whole other enchilada for later. But there is a lot to unpack about shame and other things, since I had a pretty strange dream before waking that, that crazy toxic roommate that had tried to break into the bedroom after I denied her entry all those months ago? Well, unfortunately, she did appear in a nightmare, I suppose. She was breaking into a new address after harassing me in that dream. Luckily, I managed to avoid her doing something to me. But still, what that was all about definitely needs to be unpacked. And then the next part of the weird dream had me asking a family member where I will be if they go. Even though all the family I have left now is all in the East Coast. It's just a lot to unpack. Not only that, but after the Cairo tomorrow, I gotta pick up a couple of last minute items to give to my friend since her birthday is on the next day. And that's set to be a really full day this Saturday. Maybe I'll have time to sit down and record tomorrow, if my spoons allow me to. We'll see. If not, then I'll probably be back either Saturday night or perhaps even Sunday, if push comes to shove. We shall see. That lighting didn't do too much, but I haven't worn this dress in a while. I made this with the support already built in it, so I wouldn't need to worry about any bras or anything like that. But once I get everything in place, I am inspired to possibly make another. In fact, I do have a pattern cut out, glued together, and ready to go to do just that, since I have power mesh. I just hope I don't have to replace too much after all is said and done. But I didn't feel going too crazy with the makeup. Or base, for that matter. I'll have to go see the buddy. But I thought I'd check in real quick. And I may do it again at bed tonight. We will see. Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. I'll get you real soon, okay? Yes, I know, buddy. Yes, meow. I'll get you real quick. Is this the look I have on today? Well, tonight. I was at my friend's birthday. I should have taken some footage, but my friend took some for her TikTok. But this is basically a variation of the look that I wore for 4th of July, just with more definition around the eyeliner instead of just lining the top lid with black shadow. And just lip liner for the lip color. But I also caught up with my friend's daughter, which I caught up with her about some fond memories with my mother. So far more than just what comes with my relational orientation, to which she has a teacher who has the same orientation as me. But that's a story for later. I better let the Budster in. He's going, meow, meow. 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 He was meowing at me earlier. He's a big baby. Oh. All right, buddy, let's come in now. Let's come in now. Yeah. Meow. Oops. Oh, it's a big baby. He's a big baby. Meow. Brr, brr, brr. Here he is. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. I also met their dog for the first time, and she took to me pretty quickly. I'll share more on that later, since I gotta clean up and get ready for bed. I got church tomorrow, as usual. But not your typical church, though. If I don't check in after the shower, good night for now, and I'll see you tomorrow or Monday.